Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. 5 men were arrested for investigation into the armed robbery of a 29 Palms convenience store on Sunday. At around 11:15 p.m., County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of an armed robbery at the AM/PM convenience store on 29 Palms Highway in 29 Palms. Deputies say that 5 male suspects rushed the store and confronted the clerk on duty at the time. The report says that while some of the suspects assaulted the clerk, others stole items throughout the store, at one point brandishing a firearm at the clerk. Deputies say that the suspects fled the scene before they arrived. Deputies conducted an extensive search of the area, matching the description of the suspects. They identified the armed suspect as Michael Klaus Flores, 28 years old, and 2 of his accomplices, Tabian Hunt, 22 years old, and Donald Lawrence, 24 years old, all residents of 29 Palms. As the deputies continued their investigation, they identified a residence in the 7000 block of Estrella Avenue as a location of interest. A search warrant was served at the residence, and deputies located 2 additional suspects, Christopher Zummo, 27, and Johnny Nee, 30, both residents of 29 Palms as well. Tabian Hunt, Michael Klaus Flores, Donald Lawrence, Christopher Zummo, and Johnny Nee were arrested on suspicion of armed robbery and conspiracy to commit a felony. All suspects were booked at the West Valley Detention Center. Last night's Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting covered the Land Development Update report and ended early. Reporter Hillary Sloan brings you details from that land update.
The town staff got straight to the land development report. Starbucks West in the Stater Brothers parking lot is working on its traffic impact analysis. Star Cafe and Chipotle are in the building and safety plan check process. Domino's is making progress, and Quick Quack Car Wash is preparing its site for construction. A site plan has been filed for a new hotel on the southeast corner of Buena Vista and 247. The plans for the 5-acre parcel include 320-foot individual pods and a clubhouse building with a full kitchen. Century Communications may require CEQA documentations. Nice Dreams may require a parking variance. Former Travelodge has inquired about signage, and they have a permit to improve the rooms. The Airport District is repaving its runway in August. Renovations have started on the inside of Sizzler for Black Bear Diner. The meeting ended with Chair Clint Stoker mentioning that he had been getting calls on the bear statue for the Black Bear Diner. At the May 10th Yucca Valley Town Planning meeting, there was a lengthy discussion on the bears and the town's signage regulations. The bears were denied, but the conversation ended with a request that a review of the signage rules be brought up for further discussion. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Hillary Sloan.
The 29 Palms City Council met last night with a full agenda ranging from budgeting and downtown sewer fees to a presentation on a proposed commercial solar farm. Mayor MacArthur Wright opened the busy meeting, declaring that May 2023 was California Tourist Month, and a presentation of checks to the 29 Palms High School Interact Club and Scout Troop 229 for community cleanups. Consent calendar items included purchasing equipment and accepting the raised median project on the highway and the Channel Trail project as complete, and continuing the lighting and landscaping assessments, passed with no comment. A public hearing saw city staff present the proposed 2-year general fund budgets for fiscal years 2023-2024 and 2024-2025. The budgets, with totals at about $13.3 million, saw increases to the $5.5 million law enforcement contract, adding a detective for about $300,000, and staff cost of living increases of 4.6%. The budget included holding about $6.5 million in reserves. Of interest was budgeting for a possible 29 Palms branch of the Boys and Girls Club. Discussion of event spending included a request to move the 29 Palms sculpture to Freedom Plaza. Councilman Scott called for cutting funding for the annual Pride event and funding Juneteenth, saying city funding should be prioritized for state and federal holidays. Councilman Klink said in lieu of the cemetery canceling their Memorial Day commemoration, the city would step up to honor veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice. The budgets were approved as presented with minor adjustments. The question of increasing sewer fees for the downtown area was tabled after objections from affected business owners. The most interest was in a preliminary discussion of a proposed commercial solar farm on 175 acres, a half-mile north of 2 Mile Road, east of Lear. While the city has a moratorium on commercial solar, a new state law, AB 205, gives the state the power to override local jurisdictions on permitting renewable energy projects. While public comments mostly objected to the project, the council expressed hope that if indeed they had no choice, the city should negotiate to get the maximum benefits from the proposal. Finally, the city council voted to eliminate the requirement for liability insurance for vacation home rentals. The Morongo Valley Unified School District Board of Trustees held their regular meeting at Joshua Tree Elementary last night, beginning with the 2023 Service Awards and retiree ceremony. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart was in attendance and has this recap for us today.
For the first hour of last night's MUSD meeting, Board of Trustees recognized honorees of the 2023 Service Awards and retiree ceremony. The red carpet event was divided into listed portions honoring 20, 25, 30, and 35 years of MUSD staff service, with retirees completing their tenures from the district. After a brief intermission, the board resumed open session where certified representative and MTA president Amber Hansen reported, quote, bargaining going well, unquote, with May 31st as the next bargaining day. After their current positions appointed at last meeting, La Contenta Middle School Assistant Principal Sabrina McDavis, Landers Elementary Principal Alicia Perkins, and Principal of Plus Program Andrea Gordon introduced themselves to the board. Public comment was comprised in solidarity by 3 speakers, all who expressed opposition to the divisive 2-lunch program proposed at 29 Palms High School. Math teacher Terry Berge and his wife Jamie Berge, an English language development teacher, offered strong critique against the plan that would, quote, divide campus culture, unquote, as well as 29 Palms freshman vice president Cheyenne Feister, who said separating students would increase ditching classes to attend lunches with their friends. Feister also cited the importance of a student's mental health. She said, quote, students only have 2 times to see their friends, lunch and passing periods. High school is a very stressful place and friends make it a lot better. I think the 2-lunch system will make a student's mental health go down, unquote. Feister then presented a signed petition to the board in opposition to the 2-lunch system. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
Arts Connection awarded over 24 grants to deserving artists in San Bernardino County, 9 of which were right here in the Morongo Basin. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas shares the accolades.
24 San Bernardino County artists will receive vital career and project support this year through the Arts Innovator Microgrant Program, an initiative of Arts Connection, the Arts Council of San Bernardino County, launched in 2019 as a local response to the lack of funding opportunities offered to support the innovative and impactful work of artists across the county. Of those recipients, 9 are artists in our own Morongo Basin. $1,000 grant recipients include Carol Newman of Joshua Tree, Nathan Ober of Landers, Jillian Sandell of Joshua Tree, and Jai Knight of Joshua Tree. $500 recipients include Yvonne Buchanan of Morongo Valley, Emily Endo of Yucca Valley, Gray Hill of Wonder Valley, Doreen Marie Quinn of Morongo Valley, and Mansi Shaw of 29 Palms. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Arts and Entertainment Reporter Charlie Thomas.
Grub Steak Days rides again this Memorial Day weekend. With more on this weekend's big event, here's El Weather Up.
Get your giddy up and come on out to these exciting Grub Steak Days events. On Saturday, head out to Yucca Valley for the Grub Steak Days parade, followed by games, tournaments, and a beard contest at Brum Park. On Sunday the 28th, the Pony Express makes its triumphant return to Pioneer Town after a cupcake bake-off and a live performance by Tumbleweed Time Machine. Be sure to get your free commemorative postcards from the Welcome Center in Yucca Valley. The Pony Express rides at noon. For more information, go to www.grubsteakdays.com or call 760-365-6323. Find these links and more at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is All Weather Up.
And finally, if you have a furry friend that needs spaying, neutering, vaccines, or microchips, the nonprofit Animal Action League has low-cost services available today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at their Joshua Tree office, located at 62762 29 Palms Highway. To set an appointment, call 760-366-1100. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.